Every superhero's story begins with a spark. For Tony Stark, that spark was a literal explosion and ambush in Afghanistan that left him gravely injured and trapped. With a piece of shrapnel inching toward his heart, and nothing but scrap metal and his mind to save him, Tony created the first Iron Man suit in a cave. That moment did just save his life. It redefined it. He went from being a billionaire arms dealer to a protector of peace. His genius had always been known, but this was the moment it was directed towards something greater than profit or pride. In contrast, Riri Williams' story is one of brilliance born in a world that never gave her a head start. Raised in Chicago by a single mother, Riri was a certified genius before she was even a teenager. Her world was shaped by violence and loss, particularly the tragic death of her stepfather and best friend in a shooting. Rather than shutting down, Riri turned inward, using her intellect to build something greater. Her own iron suit, reverse-engineered from Tony's designs. At just 15, she became Ironheart not because she was told to, but because she felt the responsibility to make the world better. Tony's journey was one of redemption, a man trying to right his wrongs. Riri's was one of legacy, a young girl trying to forge a path in a world stacked against her. Both are self-made, both are prodigies, and both turned their trauma into purpose. But while Tony had money, infrastructure, and a team, Riri had nothing but her mind and a mission. And that makes her rise all the more remarkable. Technology. Old guard versus new wave. Tony Stark. As technological achievements are the stuff of legend. Starting with the rudimentary Mark I, his suits evolved into the hyper-advanced nanotech armor seen in Infinity War and Endgame. Each version introduced new weapons, smarter AI, stronger alloys, and faster adaptability. Stark Industries became a hub of innovation, with Tony personally overseeing the design of suits that could take on gods, monsters, and even fellow heroes. The Hulkbuster, the stealth suit, the Thorbuster, all examples of tailored engineering to specific threats. His AI systems, Jarvis, Friday, and Edith acted as co-pilots, data analysts, and even emotional supports. His arc reactors could power cities. His satellite systems allowed suits to reach anywhere on Earth in seconds. Tony didn't just invent tools, he reimagined how superheroes operate. His influence extended into military tech, global surveillance, and even time travel. In short, Tony Stark redefined the limits of science and made the impossible possible. Now enter Riri Williams. She does have Stark's unlimited resources, but her mind is arguably sharper. Her first suit was cobbled together from college lab scraps. But even then, it flew, it fought, it saved lives. With support from Wakanda and her own AI, Natalie, a tribute to her late best friend, she's developed suits that rival Stark's in function, if not in flash. Her tech focuses on accessibility, efficiency, and protection rather than domination. Riri's suits are sleek, modular, and responsive. They integrate cloaking devices, non-lethal weaponry, and energy-efficient systems. While Tony's suits could level cities, Riri's aim to prevent that from being necessary. Her tech is the next generation, not louder or deadlier, but smarter and more ethical. She's designing for a world that is tired of collateral damage, so who wins the tech war? Tony has legacy and firepower. Riri has innovation and purpose. One built the model, the other is rewriting it. Combat style and strategic thinking, experience often wins battles, and Tony Stark has that in spades. From fighting Obadiah Stane in his Mark I to going toe-to-toe with Thanos, Tony has fought almost every type of enemy imaginable. He's learned on the battlefield, often the hard way. He's quick-thinking, impulsive at times, but rarely outmatched. His suits do more than protect, they analyze, strategize, and adapt. He is a master improviser, often turning the tide of battle with a last-minute maneuver or a surprising upgrade. But Tony also had his weaknesses. He sometimes underestimated threats, let ego cloud judgment, or went solo when he needed help. His creation of Ultron is a prime example of brilliance turned reckless. Still, his courage and quick adaptation made him a force to be reckoned with. Riri, being newer to combat, lacks the same battlefield mileage. But what she does have is a laser-focused approach. She does T-Rush and she studies, scans, and acts with precision. Her fights are often about control and containment, minimizing harm while neutralizing threats. She also learns fast, adapting her suit based on prior encounters and never making the same mistake twice. She is less flashy, more efficient. Her strategic advantage lies in not repeating Tony's errors. And her collaborations with heroes like Shuri, Kamala Khan, and Miles Morales have shaped her into a team-minded tactician. While Tony shines in explosive scenarios, Riri excels in calculated ones. It is the difference between a gunslinger and a surgeon, both effective, both dangerous, but with different philosophies of engagement. The people behind the armor. Tony Stark was a man of contrasts. Billionaire, genius, and broken soul. Public icon and private wreck. He was shaped by parental neglect, corporate greed, and personal failure. Alcoholism, PTSD, guilt over Ultron, his demons were many. But he faced them, and over time grew. His defining moment was inventing the suit. It was choosing to snap his fingers, sacrificing his life to save the universe. That is not just power. That is legacy. But his journey was jagged. Tony often hurt those closest to him, isolated himself, and wrestled with his own importance. His growth came through repeated loss: his parents, his mentors, even Peter Parker for a time. He built a family, lost it, and gave everything to protect it. He was always trying to fix things, not just the world, but himself. Riri's journey is quieter but no less profound. She did to grow up in a mansion or media spotlight. Her struggles were real: violence, systemic racism, academic pressure. But she had support: her mother, her community, her memories of Natalie. Riri did fight to redeem herself. She fought to honor others. She represents a new kind of hero, one who listens more than she talks, who builds not for glory but for change. Her AI is a friend, not a servant. Her decisions are grounded in ethics, not ego. She doesn't need to dominate the room, she just needs to do the right thing. Where Tony often had to learn how to be a hero, Riri was born ready. Her suit is just an extension of who she already is: brave, brilliant, and compassionate. Final verdict: who's more powerful? So let us ask the big question one last time: who is more powerful? If you measure power by achievements, reach, and influence, Tony Stark is the clear winner. He created the Avengers initiative, changed the course of world politics, and literally reshaped the laws of time and space. His suits are unmatched in variety and versatility. He's a legend for a reason. But power isn't just what you've done. It's what you are capable of. And that's where Riri shines. Her potential is staggering. She is already rivaling Stark's designs at a fraction of the cost. She is making tech that's lighter, smarter, and safer. And more importantly, she's doing it for others, not herself. Tony represents the pinnacle of 21st century heroism, innovation driven by guilt and growth. Riri represents the future technology with heart, designed to protect and uplift. She's not trying to replace Iron Man. She's showing the world a new way forward. In raw combat, Iron Man wins today. But in long-term impact, Ironheart may very well surpass him, because true power is in the suited. S in the reason you build it. And Riri Williams has one powerful reason: a better world. The battle isn't about beating each other. It's about building beyond what came before. Tony laid the foundation. Riri is building the tower. So who is more powerful? The one who forged the legacy, or the one carrying it forward with purpose? You decide. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.